Joining us here on the balcony at Drum are Danny Schofield and Tom Newey, who are on the coaching staff at Leeds United, who are here to play in the 2002 Elite. Is this your first visit to the tournament? I know Leeds have been here before.
Yeah, as coaches, it's our first visit, so everything's new to us. I think the players have been leading most of the tour because a lot of them have been. So yeah, it's a great experience for me and Tom.
Yeah. So what do you think of the place so far, Tom?
Very impressed. I mean, obviously coming from England, and we have the full-time academies coming to a setup like this, which is, you know, part-time. Correct me if I'm wrong, but been very, very impressed. You know, the standard of the pitches, the organisation, the transport to and from the accommodation where we're staying, everything's been really positive so far, so very impressed. Yeah.
You've just had one game so far, and it was against the local club Salthill Devon here, who own this facility and put on this tournament every year. What did you think of that game yesterday evening? It was 1-1, it was tight.
Yeah, personally I thought we started really well first 5 minutes, and I thought we finished quite strongly as well. In between that, I thought Salthill were pretty much on top of the game. Thought they were physical, and gave us a real physical challenge for some of our boys, which is a great learning curve for them. And I thought probably 1-1 was a fair result in the end.
Of course, you have in your ranks the big boy. Is it Nohan Kenna? Is it Kenna? How I pronounce his name? He was player of the tournament here 2 years ago.
Yeah,
and he was fantastic. Did I pronounce his name right?
That's right. Yeah, it's Nohan Kenna. He keeps reminding us about him winning the tournament. A few years ago. But no, he's a really good lad. He's a humble lad as well. Yes. He's a fantastic player. He's actually been playing with the under-18s for the past 6 months. So that's a good thing at Leeds. I think they keep challenging the players who are capable. So he's an under 15, he's 14-year-old competing in the under-18s, which I think is really good for his development. Yeah. So do you think that tournaments like this in general are good as a development tool for like the professional academies like yourselves?
Personally, I think so. Obviously, with Leeds being the biggest club here, there's a good psychological test for the boys because they're expected to do well. And for their learning curve, it's important that they can sort of handle that psychological pressure a little bit that tournaments like this will bring. As we saw yesterday, every game's a big game against them, and they've got to accept that everybody wants to sort of beat them as a scalp because they want that chance to come and play for a club of Leeds standing. So I think that's really good for the boys learning, and you know, I'm sure today will be a challenge, and I'm sure the game against Shamrock will be a challenge as well the next day.
Yeah, and of course there's a big part of their whole learning experience is not just on the pitch, but it's off the field as well. The travel, the living accommodations, and everything like that. Do you guys see that as been a valuable piece of the experience?
Without a doubt, that's the biggest thing. I think, like you mentioned, the travel, the building of the social skills. How I see coaching, it's about coaching people rather than players, and if we can sort of implement that into their lives going forward, I think we've done half a job. But yeah, it's fantastic for them to travel, to communicate with other people, to meet other people, and just to behave as well, to how they conduct themselves, they're representing themselves and they're representing the club. And so far, so good. Touch wood, they've really done that. They've really behaved, and they've been a credit, really. Yeah,
it's interesting. It's a kind of coincidental this weekend. It would be remiss of me not to mention that Conor Shaughnessy, who previously played for this club, he also had a little stint with Mervy United in Galway, and has now progressed to starting in the first team as he did last night in that League Cup match or whatever. And it's kind of coincidental, but it's kind of nice for us, and hopefully he has a big future at Leeds.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I've just shown a few of the lads the picture, so it's a bit of a trigger to stimulate them to do something similar to what Conor's doing. But I know Conor's been given that opportunity now. He went with the first team to Austria on pre-season tour. Made his debut the other day against Bolton, made his first start against Port Vale in the EFL Cup. So it's great to see.
Right. Well, listen, thanks very much, lads, for joining us here and taking the time out. Best of luck in your game today, and hopefully the rest of the week is just as successful.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, mate.